Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 53 of the Mugs Up Show, where today's topic will be called Give Your Kids Some Space. Now, when we talk about giving kids space, we are really referring to your younger children, especially, but this can also go on into their, teenage years and so on. But this is all really going to start at a young age. So just keep that in mind. So parents with little kids, this is especially for you. So what I have noticed is it seems like more and more the kids in the younger generations, some of them seem to be less and less likely to solve problems on their own. It's like many of them are void of the problem-solving skills that some of the older generations seem to have. And I really think that it's due to when they were younger, their parents kind of hovering all around them and providing them with immediate help and immediate answers to problems and really not letting their kids figure shit out on their own. And it's really not it's not bad that the parents were doing that. I mean, the parents wanted to help the child. All they were trying to do was help the child. And so it was all coming from a good place. It was all coming from the heart. They just wanted to help. But in doing this, they basically destroyed the child's ability to problem solve and how to become a problem solver and how becoming the type of person that has the willpower and ability to just figure shit out on their own, to be a more independent human being. And being more independent and being able to problem solve is very, very important the older we get in life, especially when we get into the workforce. We have a family of our own. So it's very important that human beings grow up and are nurtured in a way that they create this ability for themselves to problem solve and figure shit out. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about parents giving their kids space, giving them the space needed to become problem solvers and figuring stuff out on their own. Because they're not always going to have mommy and daddy around to give them the answers to everything and to show them how to do every single thing they want to do. So, parents, give your kids space. Now, I wanted to give 3 examples on very common times and situations where we see space not being provided regularly. The first situation would be little kids trying out different foods. Now, I've seen this on occasion, and I know Emma's seen it on occasion because we talked about this. Parents will actually keep their kids from trying certain foods that they themselves don't like. And this just makes absolutely no fucking sense because it's completely possible that the child might like a food that you, mom or dad, do not like. And that just adds a little more variety to their palate and variety to the foods that they can enjoy later on in life. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So get the fuck out of their way and let them try whatever kind of food they want to try. Anytime you can get out of your child's way and let them try something that is going to serve them better later on in life than restricting them trying anything. And a lot of times we see that the restriction comes from us projecting our own interests and just projecting our own interests off onto our kids. I mean, I watch my kids eat shit all the time that I don't like. I can remember my wife putting cottage cheese in front of both of my kids when they were very little. And I remember thinking how fucking disgusting that was, especially watching those little kiddos eat that shit and getting it all over their face and fucking hands, and they got cottage cheese everywhere. It's in their fucking hair. And I despise cottage cheese. I think it's the most useless, disgusting fucking food on planet Earth, and it's gross. But I didn't get in my way of my kids trying it. I was secretly saying things in my head about them trying it. Like, oh my God, please don't let them like this fucking disgusting food. But I didn't get in their way. And what happened? Both of them fucking love cottage cheese. Well, great. But I didn't get in their way of trying that. So let them try foods that they want to try. Let them try all of them, regardless of how you feel about the food and the taste of that food. Next, playground play. Now, this is a big one for me. This is something I really had to get used to. I have a lot of fear around my kids getting hurt. And so for me to take them to the playground and kind of let them do their thing, that is absolutely fucking terrifying for me. I always think that they're going to fall off the top of the fucking big toy and, break their fucking neck or get hurt in some way. It's a constant fear I have. But I really do my best, and I have to actively try to not be hovering all around them and keeping them from doing stuff that they want to do on the playground. Crosby and Palmer both are climbers. They like climbing shit. And both of them will climb. They'll find whatever the highest toy is on the playground, and they'll climb all the way to the fucking top. And this is terrifying for me. But then I got to realize, hey, dipshit, that's why the playground is covered in that rubber shit or mulch. So if they do fall from the fucking top, it's going to be a soft landing and they're not going to hurt themselves. So quit being a fucking retard and let them play and enjoy themselves. If you want to stand within close proximity and just kind of watch and make sure you don't need to run over and save their life, that's fine. But let them climb, let them have fun, let them develop their motor skills. It's very important. So that's number 2. Number 3 situation is building shit. Now, most kids have some kind of building type toys at your house. At my house, we have a bunch of different kinds of Legos. Some people have Lincoln Logs. Some people have erector sets and all this kind of shit. The more advanced stuff would be, model airplanes and stuff like that. That's for kind of little more advanced age kids. But building shit. Let your kids build shit and don't get in their way. 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, they build whatever they want and they figure it out. And a lot of times they build the same shit over and over and over because, well, it's a little more simple to build and that's what they like. Crosby, all he ever builds is dino bridges and astronaut towers. And a dino bridge is where he will build this. He'll just connect all of his Legos in a flat piece and he'll lay them across one end on the coffee table, one end on the recliner. And so it's a bridge across those two pieces of furniture so his dinos can crawl across those pieces of furniture. He calls it a dino bridge. And then he builds astronaut towers. And those are towers that, he builds as tall as he can possibly build. And when you say, hey, what are you building? He says, I'm building an astronaut to the moon. And in my head, I'm thinking, that makes no fucking sense. But whatever, bud. I'm glad you're having fun, and I'm glad you are being creative and building shit. What I don't do is I don't get down there and say, hey, let me show you how to build something, and then take over the Legos and start building an entire city of shit with cars and buildings and people and all. I don't do that. That's fucking stupid. It makes no sense, because 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds aren't supposed to be building entire cities and communities and stuff. That's way too advanced for them. So let them build what the fuck they want to build, and let them figure out how that shit works. And if they're building the same shit over and over, who cares? They're fucking 3. So those are kind of the primary 3 things I wanted to talk about when we typically see ourselves as parents hovering way too fucking much. And ultimately, the final message here is, it's okay to help your child, but wait until your kid asks for help to supply that help, especially when they're young. Wait for them to ask for help until you help, and they will when they think they need it. And this will keep you as a parent from sabotaging their ability and the likelihood that they learn how to figure shit out on their own and how to solve problems. And if you can nurture that type of atmosphere where you're letting them figure shit out and letting them learn how to solve problems, their teammates and their bosses that they have in the future are going to greatly appreciate it, and they're going to excel much more than everyone else. So with that, mugs up. That was kind of a messy drink. We'll see y'all tomorrow for episode 54 of the Mugs Up Show. We love ya.